After completing my learning demographic analysis of the elementary school which I am placed in, which is Northwest Elementary School, which is located in LaSalle, Illinois, it's District 122, I've gained valuable insight of the district, the school, and also the classroom in which I am placed. My teacher that I'm with is Miss Sangston. She is a first-year teacher and a recent graduate of ISU. So it's awesome to see the connections between what I'm learning now and what she has actually implemented into her classroom. She has made valuable connections with each and every student in her classroom, as well as the students' families. Just from talking to her, you know she truly knows each and every student and as much as she possibly can about the families. I also have learned this at ISU about making those connections, but once again, she's been a good role model to be able to see those connections, and now doing this project, having those connections come back and being a huge benefit to myself and Tracy, who is also in that room with me. From looking at the snapshots of both the district and the school, and looking at the percentages and where all the students fall, basically everything is the same in this district as well as my school, because there's only two schools in the district, and also in my classroom. The only thing that's a huge difference is that we have a high ESL population in my classroom, which I'll talk about in a little bit. After learning about the community in which my students live in and from talking to Miss Sangston, I've gained many benefits from knowing what I now know. All but 3 of our students are ESL, so besides those 3 students, each other student, their family marked that another language was spoken in their home. And something that I found out from talking with Miss Sangston, one of those students who's marked as an ESL student is actually not ESL. His mother did mark on the survey that Spanish was spoken in the house, but this child knows no Spanish, so that's something that Miss Sangston and other employees at Northwest are trying to figure out. So that's been something interesting to know, because even though the family marked that he was ESL, he doesn't know Spanish, so it's a hard balance of putting him with ESL, like a push in or pull out, and also trying to figure out where he falls normally. And because so many ESL students are in our classroom, that means that Spanish is mainly spoken in the house. From that, Miss Sangston has shared how she has to send home copies of everything in English as well as Spanish, because she wants to have that communication with her families, and they need to be able to read it and understand what's going on. So that's another benefit of knowing your kids, and now me knowing if I do anything with them to make it readable for their families and for our students, because they are mainly hearing Spanish in their houses. She also made a good point about spelling tests. When I was growing up, I always had spelling tests. Get the spelling test or list at the beginning of the week. You practice it at home, you do activities, and then you have a test on Friday. She mentioned how she does not send words home because she knows that families are not able to practice with their students, so instead she has made an effort to have a lot of time in the classroom to practice her spelling words. Also, I've gained a lot of valuable insight on the ability level of all of our kids. The first week, and even last week in the clinical, I didn't know anyone's ability level or where they fell, if they're above average, average, or a little bit below average. And from talking with her, I've gained a lot of insight into where all of our students fall. So that's important to know also, because you want to be able to accommodate and differentiate for the different learners in the classroom, which is what we talk a lot about at ISU. So overall, doing this project, I've gained a lot of valuable insight, but I think I gained more insight from talking to Miss Sangston, but this project prompted me in order to do that. So I'm extremely glad that I was able to learn more about this district, the school, and the classroom which I am placed in.